just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight, the final dress rehearsal, week 3 of the preseason. And we got a good matchup on tap, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And off we go from Tampa. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And what a career resurgence for Baker Mayfield. He went from being a discarded starter to a Pro Bowl quarterback, and he's coming off a year where he set career highs in passing yards, touchdowns, and completion percentage. But best of all, the ultimate leader for his ball club.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it third down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Mayfield to throw it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the first down.
For a Tampa Bay. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. Able to slither by. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. This rushing attack sure looks pretty effective here on this opening drive.
Yeah, they're finding gaps with very little problem right now. If this is going to consistently be this way throughout the game, there's going to be some adjustments made on the defensive side of the ball.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bills' 29-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Mayfield. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So they'll likely get a few more drives before we see the second team, but a good start for the first unit with 3 points.
Yeah, good start, and now they want to see them build on it because you're exactly right. They'll get a few more drives at this stage of the preseason. Can they continue to evolve and add to what we just saw in the first drive?
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And prior to last season, his team asked him to put everyone on his back and carry them to success, and he did exactly that. Now, at this point in his career, all he cares about is postseason success and finding a way to get his team to a Super Bowl.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as it...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Allen now looks to throw. Shakir hauls it in. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Allen gonna throw. That is caught. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
Now Allen again. That's caught right side by Palmer. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed,
They want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing now is Allen. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. To throw, it's Allen. Quick throw there is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Allen taking it himself. And he is going to have a Bills first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Finding Knox there, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Buccaneers 3.
That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Mayfield down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
15 yards on the play. And the Buccaneers first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Delivering the pass here to Evans on the out route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Running the toss to Irving. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Mayfield looks to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. They run the counter with Cook.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So on 4th down, the Bills send out Brad Robbins to punt. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll find his tight end, Payne Durham. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. There's a short one taken in by Otten. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, 36 yards. And the Bucs are once again back in front.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills ready to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
11 on the play. And the Bills 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. From the gun, it's Allen. Pass complete to Moore.
Complete to Elijah Moore. A gain of 7. 1st down, Buffalo.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Again, they'll throw with Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
1st down, Bills.
Allen and Knox teaming up there for a Buffalo 1st down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. On play action, Allen. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Josh Allen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills have moved out in front.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
Buccaneers 10.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Mayfield on play action. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
A quick throw. Here's Shepard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Ed Oliver through the line and hitting him for the loss.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Mayfield. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Yeah, and on third down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force fourth down.
And his kick is indeed good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Play action. Now it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This 2nd and 4. Allen running the option to the left. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now Allen. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
And the Bills first down.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner, because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Allen now looks to throw. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Khalil Shakir, 41 yards. And the Bills are able to stretch out their lead. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running, because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was all polished off with a Khalil Shakir touchdown catch. to the touchdown. Bass to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Mayfield to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The decision for Todd Bowles, and he says let's go for it on 4th down. Well, they'll try it now with Irving. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. That's taken in by Palmer. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Pass on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
That's complete left side to Shepard. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking middle, and he's got Ibuka. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Complete to number 9, Emeka Ibuka. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Mayfield down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 37. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
throwing. Mayfield. Open man is Ibuka. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Mayfield looks to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. Again, it's Cook. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Allen maybe with a free play. Completes to Shakir once again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Allen. Touchdown, Bills. James Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was James Cook finishing things off with a touchdown catch.
Tyler Bass.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
To throw, Mayfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To the right side, catch made by Ibuka. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Start on the ground with Irving. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Mayfield. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this works out well, as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They begin with a run by Davis. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
From the gun, it's Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 1 yard to go third down.
And it brings up third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Allen now on the sneak. And he is going to have a Bills first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Allen going to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
To the air, Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
On the move past the 40 and down to the 27-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Allen taking it himself. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain on the play. First down, Bills.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Up the middle is Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Coming in to put a lick on him was Levante David. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
He's got the connection to Moore. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Again, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And they'll run again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Allen. They'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These 2 defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Get a look at receiver Chris Godwin as this offense returns for their next drive. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That one out wide and intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
19.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Now, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Levante David in on the tackle.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, He ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And Evans will have a Bucs first down as he's across midfield to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mayfield to throw it. This is caught by Evans. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Mayfield now. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. Mayfield with it once more. Touchdown! Cade Otton, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers get a bit closer.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. A 10-play drive that time. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They run it again with Cook. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
36-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On fourth down, they're trying to run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And complete right side to Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
And we have an injury on the play. And it looks like the running back, James Cook, is the one who's down. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Now Allen. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Evans.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That's good.
His fifth catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, down at the 31. From the gun, Mayfield. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And again, it's Mayfield. Going across the formation, there's Otten with it. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 18. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. In motion right, Evans. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Was shot right from 17 yards out. And the Bucs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
Buccaneers 33.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bills offense back out onto the field. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second and 7, operating from the 34. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Josh Palmer. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 3. Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And now they'll throw with Allen. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, there's a video.
And Johnson is in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Taking it in from a yard out. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bucs offensive veteran receiver Mike Evans headed back onto the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They go play action. Mayfield airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 53 yards.
Well, he already had a big receiving game working, and it's going to get a lot better here. Defensively, they're fortunate this is not a touchdown. But he's just been absolutely unstoppable, and he comes up with yet another gigantic play.
Mayfield. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And the Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. This is White. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Here's Davis. He'll try and run some clock. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And here's Davis to run again on second. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he is going to have the Bills first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
First down, Bills.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. The first down carry for Davis. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 20, here's a 2nd and 8. Running from the gun, Johnson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. That is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. That's taken at around the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. Mike Evans of the Tampa offense about to set up shop. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin's mark of 554 passing yards in one game, set more than 70 years ago, way back in 1951. Well, he's had help from his offensive line and his receivers, but this has been an incredible individual performance. Mayfield down. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the Bills' 29-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Shoves him away. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Irving. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we bid you good night from Tampa.